Breaking news, Oscar award-winning actor Robert Redford has died at 89 years old. Redford's rep tells ABC News he passed away at his home in Utah, surrounded by loved ones. Redford was best known for his roles in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and All the President's Men, and directed films including Ordinary People and A River Runs Through It. The Hollywood icon also founded the Sundance Institute in 1981 to support independent film, and he was last on screen for his role in Avengers Endgame. Now tributes are pouring in. Let's bring in movie and TV critic Richard Roeper for more. Richard, thanks for coming on. What do you think Robert Redford's legacy is, first in acting?
Diana's legacy as an actor, he's really, you could say, Hollywood's last great traditional leading man. But what I find so fascinating and admirable about his career, Diane, is that Robert Redford could do the traditional leading man roles, but then he would play anti-heroes. You know, you mentioned All the President's Men, the greatest journalism movie of all time. 3 Days of the Condor was a political spy thriller. Even The Sting, you know, Butch Cassidy. So he would take traditional genres, but also often play against type and play anti-heroes instead of just leaning into his traditional Hollywood leading man good looks.
He was also a renowned director. Walk me through that part of his career and that pivot.
Such a great lover of film, and he obviously spent a lot of time as an actor learning the craft. So when he made his directorial debut with Ordinary People, it won Best Picture, Best Director, a really accomplished film. And then in the years after that, he really was interested in the American experience, whether it was something like Quiz Show, which looked at, you know, the infamous Scandal, or A River Runs Through It, which was this tribute to fatherhood and sons and nature, or more political thrillers like Lions for Lambs. So he was a uniquely American filmmaker.
And then walk me through his legacy in terms of Sundance and also his activism.
Yeah, you know, huge activist, was one of the first major Hollywood figures to talk about the environment. And Diane, you mentioned Sundance, and Robert Redford was kind of the first influencer in Hollywood because he believed in developing young writers and actors with workshops. So Sundance started off more as a workshop and a lab for writers and directors, and then led to the film festival. Everything from Reservoir Dogs to the recent Best Picture winner, Coda, all have roots and a legacy with the Sundance Film Festival and the Sundance Institute.
Richard, what do you think you'll remember most about him?
I'll just remember those great roles from the 60s and the 70s. So many great movies. You know, The Natural, one of the greatest baseball movies of all time in the 80s. So from about 1965 through about 1990, you couldn't miss with Robert Redford. And he was always doing something different. He always let the movie and the story and the audience come to him instead of trying to be a flashy actor. He was just great.
All right, Richard Roeper, thank you.
Thanks, Diane.